Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 3. I'm Siti Hidayati and my partner Sintia Qorina Darojat. In this opportunity, we would like present our material semantic relationship among sentences, connotation versus denotation, paraphrase, entailment, contradiction, labeling, and deixis. Semantic relationship among sentences. Sentences have meanings that can be analyzed in terms of their relation to other sentences. The most important types of semantic relations among sentences are connotation versus denotation, paraphrase, entailment, contradiction, labeling or thematic roles, and deixis. Material connotation versus denotation, paraphrase, and thematic roles will be delivered by Sintia Qorina Darojat, and then entailment, contradiction, labeling, and deixis will be delivered by me, Siti Hidayati.
Hello guys, I'm Sintia Qorina. Now I'm gonna talking about denotation and connotation. So, what exactly are denotation and connotation? Denotation is the strict dictionary meaning of a word. Meanwhile, connotation is emotional and imaginative association surrounding a word. So, for example, curious and nosy. They have the same denotation and they have the same dictionary definition. They both mean that you are being inquisitive, that you are interested in learning or knowing about something. However, curious and nosy do not have the same tone. One of them sounds a bit positive, and one of them sounds a bit negative. So, even though two words might have the same denotation, the same dictionary definition, they can have a different tone, a different energy, and a different connotation. So once again, the denotation of a word simply that word's dictionary definition. Denotation equals dictionary definition, and connotation refers to a word's tone, a word's energy, and that can be both positive or negative potential. So what to do now? I'm gonna give you some words that have the same definition, that have the same denotation, same dictionary definition, but different connotation, different tone. And it will be up to you to decide which of those words more positive connotation and which has a more negative connotation. So let's start with the words aroma and stank. Now, both of these words have the same denotation, the same dictionary definition. The question is which of these words is more positive and which of these words is more negative. Does the room have a nice pleasant aroma? Or does the room have a nice pleasant stank? Well, the more positive of these words is aroma, and the more negative one is stank. So aroma would have a more positive connotation. Last one, selective and picky. Well, both of these words have the same denotation. They both mean that you are very careful in your choice of things. But which of these words has more positive connotation? And which of these has a more negative connotation? Answer is selective is more positive, while picky is more negative. So, why does it matters for us? Well, it matters because you choose your words as a leader, and you can choose words that have a positive influence if you know what you are aiming for. Next, verb phrase. Two sentences that have the same meaning are called verb phrase of each other. And verb phrase is a sentence with the same truth condition, sentence with the same meaning, and except possible for minor difference in emphasis. So, for example, he ran up a big bill. Verb phrase. He ran a big bill up. So the word is changed, but the meaning are the same. And the dog cast the cat. Paraphrase. The cat was cast by the dog. The content are the same, just different expression. So that is what called paraphrase. If the truth of one sentence entails or implies the truth of the other sentence, the relation between the sentence is usually referred to as entailment.
Hello everyone, I'm Siti Hidayati. In this section, I would like to explain about entailment, contradiction, and labeling. Entailment is the relationship between two sentences where the truth of one necessitates the truth of the other. In the other words, one sentence inferring the truth of another sentence. If the first sentence truth, another one must be true. Entailment also is the relations between the two sentences under which one follows necessary from the other by the virtue of certain semantic relation between them. The rules of entailment are X entails Y. So if X, or we can say sentence 1 is true, Y is true, or the second sentence is true. But also, if Y is false, or the second sentence is false, automatically the X sentence or the first sentence also false. For the example, I show a boy entails I show a child. I show a boy, we assumption it as X or the first sentence, and then I show a child as Y or the second sentence. So I show a boy entails I saw a child. It is clear that this sentence have the relations, semantic relation. I mean, because the context a child, it can be a boy. It is true. The sentence is true. And then the second example, the president was assassinated entails the president is dead. This sentence also true because the president was assassinated entails the president is dead. The president is dead. It is true because the president dead because assassinated by someone. And then the third example, John killed spider. The spider is alive. It is not true because John killed spider. We assumption as X, and the spider is alive. We assumption it by Y, and we move. We recall it the rules that if Y is false, the X automatically also false. In this case, the spider alive. This is false because John was killed the spider, so the spider must be dead. So this sentence is not true. And then next material is contradiction. Contradiction describe a sentence that is false by virtue of its meaning alone or irrespective of context. Contradiction also can occur between two sentences, such that if one is true, the second must be false. Contradictory or opposite in truth value. This term deals with a contradiction between the subject and predicate in their words, that the meaning of the subject contains information incompatible with what is attributed to it in the predicate. The rules of contradiction is X is a contradiction. X is invariably false. For the example, circles are square. This is false because as we know that circles is circle, not square. And then the second example, kings are female. This is also not true or wrong because kings, as we know, is man or male. So this sentence is contradiction, right? And then the next example, Mika is extinct. A hunter has just shot Mika. This is also false or contradictory because as we know that Mika just shot by the hunter, but why he is alive or extinct, still extinct? So this is the sentence also false or contradiction or contradictory each other. And then the next material is labeling. In general terms, labeling noun as describing someone or something in a word or short phrase. For instance, if a parent in prison, a child will automatically be labeled as a troublemaker. However, in semantics, labeling is different. Is known by semantic roles, labeling, or thematic roles. This material, thematic roles, will be explained by Sintia, Qorina, Darojat.
This part is delivered by me, Sintia, Qorina, Darojat. Is about thematic roles. Thematic roles is the semantic relation between the verb and the noun phrase of a sentence, such as agent, theme, location, instrument, goal, and source. The argument which a verb sign are referred to as thematic or theta roles. Major theta roles include agent. Agent is the entity that intentionally carries out the action of the verb. An experiencer is the entity that undergoes an emotion, a state of being, or a perception expressed by the verb. Next, theme. Theme is the entity that directly receives the action of the verb. An instrument, the entity by which the action of the verb is carried out, the means used to accomplish the action. Source. Source is the direction from which the action originates. And the last is location. Location is the action of the verb take place. For example, the boy rolled a red ball. The boy is agent and red ball is theme. The door of the rolling action also called the agent. The noun phrase of red ball is the theme or the undergoes of the rolling action. Relations such as agent and theme are called thematic roles. Thematic roles express the kind of relation that holds between the arguments of the verb and the type of situation that the verb describes. Another example, the boy threw the red ball to the girl. The boy is agent and red ball is theme. The girl is goal. Why? Because goal is the direction towards which the action of the verb moves. And another example, the cookies were eaten in the kitchen by the baker. The cookies is theme, in the kitchen is location, and the baker is agent. Mary broke the book from John. John here is search because he is the direction from which the action originates. The last example, Professor Snape awakened Harry Potter with his wand. Professor Snape is the search, Harry Potter is the experiencer, and his wand is the instrument.
The last material is deixis. The word deixis comes from Greek adjective deixikos, meaning pointing, indicative. Deixis is the marking of the orientation or position of entities and events with respect to certain points of reference. Deixis consists of three semantic notions, all related to the orientation or position or events or entities in the real world. Deixis refers to the phenomenon wherein understanding the meaning of certain words and phrases in an utterance requires contextual information. There are three types of deixis. First, personal deixis. Personal deixis is commonly conveyed through personal pronouns. The pronouns such as I, you, we, along with she, he, it, and they. And alternative forms are markers of personal deixis. The second type of deixis is spatial deixis. Spatial deixis refers to orientation in space. The categories of words most commonly used to express spatial deixis are demonstrative, this, that, douche, dish, and adverbs, here, there, and so on. And then the last types of deixis is temporal deixis. Temporal deixis refers to orientation in time, as in present versus past. It is inherently marked for temporal deixis such as the English terms before, last year, tomorrow, no, and this evening. Maybe that's all from us. Thanks for your great attention and sorry for our mistakes. And I hope you can understand our explanation. Let's say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.